Welcome to Cord Cutting Today for October 21st, 2019. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now, and I give you my opinion on them. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below. I'll put a link to each story where you can read about them for yourself and let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, hey, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. And if you've been here a while, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our great videos. And hopefully we can help you break free from the high costs of cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. Well, it was a very busy news weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope whatever you may have been doing was fun and relaxing. And let's dive into the news because Roku has permanently cut the Roku Stick Plus price from $59.99 to $49.99, making it the same price as the Fire TV Stick 4K. So we have two great 4K HDR streaming players, both at $49.99 now. Roku's also slightly updating the remote on the Stick Plus, adding the mute button on the side. So the Stick Plus already had the ability to power on and off your TV, change the volume, and now they've added the ability to mute your TV. So great addition there. Permanent price hike, though I do see some websites showing it as a temporary sale. Roku has confirmed to Cord Cutters News that this will be the permanent price going forward for the Roku Stick Plus, which does replace the Roku Stick at $49.99, which was just an HD player. So basically the HD Roku Stick is being retired. Now you have a 4K HDR Roku Stick with a far better processor and Wi-Fi on it at the same price. So pretty good deal. Link in the show notes down below if you want to learn more about that. All right, here is a big bit of news that's been making its way around the webs last week. Some TV stations ran a piece about how your Roku and Fire TV was spying on you and watching what you watch. And as you could expect, they kind of forgot to mention the fact that, hey, your cable box does the same thing. So what's happening here? Well, cable boxes, Rokus, and many other devices and streaming services watch what you watch. And they use that information for a few things. To display ads. Now the good news is on Roku and the Fire TV, you can disable targeted ads so they won't use what you watch to display you ads. But they also report, hey, what are people watching? This data is actually used to go and then report like, hey, this particular show is a hit. And then executives can use that information to decide what gets renewed and what doesn't. This has been going on since there's been cable boxes, since DVRs with cable have become a reality. I even heard that they report when you pause it, how long you pause it. Is there a particular segment on the show you rewind a lot with cable boxes? Now, Roku's use this also for advertising. You know, a lot, and Fire TVs too. A lot of these free services like IMDb TV take the watch habit and create ads for it. If you watch a lot of kids programming, they're going to show you kids-related commercials, for example. If you're watching a ton of horror movies, maybe you'll see a recommendation for Shudder, for example. Just an example I'm making up right there. Now, this is how these services stay afloat. These free services like Pluto and IMDb TV and more rely on having ads on there that people want to watch so that they can offer this content for free. If they're not getting ad dollars, they're not going to be offering this content for free. I really found it interesting, though, that these cable companies or these local TV stations ran these news stories that like, oh, look, you're being spied upon. What you watch is being reported back to these companies. When cable companies do the same thing, and cable companies also sell it. Cable companies take that data, including some identifiable characteristics, and then resell it to other people who use this data for a variety of things, from targeting ads on particular TV shows, like, hey, who is watching this kind of programming? Let's drive our ad dollars to that programming, to executives at the studios saying, hey, you know, this show we thought would do great is not getting a ton of viewers. That show we didn't really believe in is getting a ton of viewers. I actually think that's a good thing because back in the day, it was kind of a guessing game where they kind of guessed who watched the show and they kind of guessed what advertisers will want it, and they would do surveys, but that's never exact. Tech TV is a classic example of this. When these DVR and college numbers were included, Tech TV viewership skyrocketed a lot higher than was first reported because all these college students were watching it. And before they had accurate data from those segments, it wasn't really an included characteristic there. So it's really great to see that this data can help save your favorite show. At the same time though, if you don't want it, you don't want targeted ads, in your settings on your Fire TV and on your Roku, you can turn it off. So keep that in mind. And many of them, like Sling TV, includes Nielsen numbers where they can go in there and track what shows and more you want in partnership with Nielsen. And you can actually go into the settings and turn that off on many streaming players. So keep that in mind. If you don't want your stuff tracked there, to a point you can disable it. But don't let some of these news organizations scare you. Your Roku and Fire TV isn't necessarily spying on you any more than anything else happens. And I actually find funny the sites reporting that use ads from companies that use targeting data. They use the cookies on your computer and more to target advertising to you through the website. So keep that in mind. All right, next story up of the day. AT&T Now Plus and Max plans are going up $15 a month. On last week, on Friday, we learned that grandfather plans were going up $10 a month. Now we have confirmed a little bit later in the day after I record the videos that the Plus and Max plans are also going up $15 a month on November 19th. So if your bill date is before November 19th, you'll still get one last bill at the current price. After November 19th, your bill is going up. If you've got one of the older grandfathered plans, you'll pay $10 more a month. If you are on a Plus or Max plan, you're going to pay $15 more a month. And this hasn't come without issues. AT&T is experiencing widespread billing issues with the new price change. Some customers have actually seen their price go down instead of up. Other people have reported losing their grandfathered $25 credit for being an early Go Big customer. AT&T support is telling people these are mistakes, they are aware of them, and they are working to resolve it. And some agents have blamed a computer glitch for this. It really does make you wonder, though, how committed to AT&T TV Now AT&T is, because they're clearly raising the price to be the most expensive streaming service on the market. AT&T executives have clearly stated that AT&T TV Now, at the time called DirecTV Now, it's no longer their main focus. They're going to be putting their main focus into AT&T TV, a completely separate streaming service that's much more like a traditional cable package with a 2-year contract, hidden fees, all that fun stuff. AT&T's made clear that that is more profitable for them, especially compared to being more profitable than a satellite package service like DirecTV, where they have to send somebody to your home and put a satellite in space and more. Now with AT&T TV, they can just give you a streaming player, you hook it up, far, far cheaper for them to operate. So it makes you wonder, are they trying to deliberately kill AT&T TV by just making the price so unattractive that people leave? If we can raise the price on all these grandfathered customers, will they just move on? AT&T has said that they want to get rid of low profit. I'm paraphrasing here, that the low profit customers they want to get rid of. They want the high profit customers. That's where they want to focus in the future. And they've talked about November being when the promotional rates for some of these customers will come to an end. And as the promotional rates drop off, they expect to make more money. But they also warned that they would lose subscribers in that process. So at first, a lot of people speculated that they were talking about like UVerse and DirecTV customers. Now it seems like that's true, but they're also talking about AT&T TV Now customers who are on grandfathered rates and grandfathered plans are seeing their rates go up. So let me know, what do you think of this? I think AT&T has completely botched this, the rollout. I think one of the main mistakes they've made was not telling everybody at once. A lot of people out there haven't received their email because they're getting their emails about 30 days before the price hike. So example, if your date is somewhere in mid or early November, you won't get the notification for a couple more weeks now. Where people who have their renewal date at the end of November have started to receive their notification emails about price hike. I think AT&T created a lot of confusion there when some people got the notification, others didn't. AT&T's confirming it, but some people are like, well, I look at my account and it doesn't say it. I didn't get the email, why not? AT&T could have done a lot better. Now, once again, they're having billing issues. AT&T has a history of sending out incorrect emails like this with incorrect billing information in it. That has just created mass chaos of people. Is this real? Is it not real? Is this affecting me? Is it not affecting me? And that is the big issue here. I think AT&T really needs to take a hard look at how they are communicating with their customers, what they want to do with AT&T TV now, and just communicate better. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I think if AT&T had communicated this better, got their billing system in order, this wouldn't be nearly as much of an issue for them as it is right now. So we'll keep a close eye on this story. Let me know, do you plan to switch? Have you received your notification or not? And do you think AT&T is deliberately trying to kill AT&T TV now? Let me know. I'll love to hear from you. All right, Comcast and Viacom are ramping up their anti-piracy fight by joining ACE. The Alliance for Creative and Entertainment, which is also known as ACE, is a anti-piracy group that's a huge collection of media companies out there. I think it's like 30 now, that allows them to go on their behalf, go sue pirate services, IPTV, the so-called Cody boxes, and more have been a big part of what they've been targeting recently. Now Comcast, which also owns NBC Universal, big reason why they're joining this, and Viacom have joined the effort. You probably really learned about ACE the first time with Set TV's big lawsuit and some of the lawsuits targeting Cody boxes, these Android boxes with Cody add-ons pre-installed. I know Cody's completely legal. It's the add-ons that are the problem. These add-ons that allow you to get free movies and television shows, and they sell these boxes for like $300 that if you buy this, you'll never have to pay another bill for TV for the rest of your life. Unfortunately, what they don't tell many people is these boxes eventually stop working. So keep that in mind. It'd be very interesting to see what Comcast does here, if they get in on the actual lawsuits or not. Just because ACE sues somebody doesn't mean all the members of ACE sue them. Targeted members will be the ones suing them. So leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you on if it bothers you that Comcast and ACE are teaming up at all. So here's a question for everybody. Do you still get DVDs from Netflix? According to Netflix's third quarter earnings report, they still have 2.28 million subscribers getting DVDs by mail. Now this is, they were going to rename it to, I forget what it was called, Quickster or something like that. Now they call it DVDs by Netflix, or I think they even had DVD.com for a while. This is Netflix's separate DVD service, separate from the streaming, where you can still get discs. One thing I thought was interesting is somebody commented on our tweet about, hey, are these just people in rural areas who don't have good internet? And Netflix by DVD's official Twitter account responded saying, no, actually, many of our largest cities are major cities and areas with a lot of subscribers in them. So it is not necessarily just a bunch of small, different communities where people don't have internet, for example. There's actually a lot of major cities out there that have these. So I'd love to know, do you subscribe? And if you do subscribe to Netflix DVDs by mail, in which city do you live? Do you live in a rural area? I don't need the exact city. Do you live in a rural area, medium-sized city, large city? Why do you get them? A lot of people who commented said they get them because of the selection. So let me know why you get DVDs. And you know, I'll be honest, there's been times where I have thought about it, just because that would allow me to stream movies on Netflix with my Netflix streaming subscription, and then have DVDs to fill in that gap a little bit. But I just, the price didn't seem competitive. Not sure I would watch it enough to justify it, so I never did it. But I remember back in the day when DVDs came in by mail through Netflix. I remember being in college way back in the day, getting it. It was like revolutionary. Getting these DVDs, loved it. Tried the Blockbuster one for a little while when it came out. Didn't work nearly as well as Netflix. So I switched over to Netflix and was very, very happy, or switched back to Netflix. I was very, very happy with it for a long time. And here's a little memory lane. Who remembers when streaming was an add-on? At first, I think it was free, and then it started costing a little bit of money with your DVD plan from Netflix. I always remember the first time I streamed a movie on Netflix, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And now that's just how I watch all my TV today. So let me know if you used it. When did you stop using it, or do you still use it? All right, last story up of the day. The free streaming service Locast, which I know they do ask for donations, but you can always just keep relaunching it if you don't want to donate, is adding more channels. So in at least 3 markets over the weekend, Locast added additional sub-channels. So Locast has always included like ABC, NBC, Fox, etc., the major over-the-air broadcast TV networks. and a few of the smaller ones. Over the weekend, they rolled out a ton of additional ones in Washington, D.C., Dallas, and a couple other markets. One of them with name is escaping me right now. But this means that things like PBS Kids are showing up now in some markets, Grit, Comet, and more, which are those 4.2, 8.9, whatever channel number that may be, is now streaming through Locast. Where in the past it may have been just a couple smaller sub-channels and then the big ones. So that's a really great feature there. Locast is not slowing down. They added a couple markets last week. They're adding more channels. It seems this lawsuit from ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC is not slowing down Locast at all. Did your local Locast get additional channels? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'll love to hear from you. All right, everybody, that's it. I hope you have a great Monday. I'll be back here tomorrow with more cord cutting today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now. Huge thank you to everybody for your support. 111,000 subscribers, mind-boggling. If you're new here, thank you for being a subscriber. We really appreciate you joining. Make sure to check out all of our videos here at youtube.com/cordcuttersnews.